Hello again. This is going to be my first ever rant. Well, not really, because I rant all the time probably, but a serious rant about manufacturers, firearms manufacturers using what they call polymer, but what is just out and out plastic, And I don't know why they do it, because when they do it, typically for the well-known brands, the popular brands, you'll get a company making aftermarket parts to replace those plastic bits. Now, if these gun manufacturers had any brains at all, they'd go, right, here you go, you can have the gun with this plastic piece of garbage on it, or for a few bucks more, you can have it with an alloy or a steel, not the plastic. And people would be, I have no doubt whatsoever that most people would be willing to buy it. Obviously people who are really strapped and tight and don't really care, about the quality of the firearm, just that it goes bang, it goes bang. But I think the majority of people would actually be prepared to pay a little bit more, or be given the option, So that really pisses me off when you get plastic. And at the start of the vid you'll see some pictures of, this is off my Savage Model 25 walking varminter. This is the bottom metal, it's bottom plastic, right? And it's not a fault of the manufacturer, because the things are manufactured crap, all right? They're just crap straight up. So I should have known better, and I should have been a lot more careful, but I wasn't. I was a bit, I didn't even actually I didn't realise even what I was doing, that I was stressing it. So yeah, I sort of screwed up there. This is after I'd taken out of the stock, and I was just screwing the bottom metal back onto the action. Pardon me, I've got soda water, so I'm burping. Mineral water, actually, supposedly. Now, when I was doing that, screwing it back on the action, if this had have been alloy or steel, that wouldn't have happened. Okay, it just wouldn't. Whereas plastic, Now, whenever I get a firearm, and even some of the more expensive brands, in the United States, they're probably not expensive at all. They're probably cheap or mid-range or lower mid-range. Here in Australia, we pay a lot more for guns, so we pay a lot more attention. For instance, the Ruger Scout, my Scout. Now, I replaced that bottom metal, that plastic bottom metal, which is, where is it? Here. I pretty much do it for almost all of my guns, in one way or another. So that's the Ruger Scout stock one. Okay, it's the same again, and this one doesn't even have any, does it? I can't tell. It might have. Yeah, it might have a steel washer in there, or a metal washer in there, I think. Sometimes they just come with the catch is steel, so that's alright. But the rest of it is, it's just crappy plastic again. So this is a CDI bottom. The trigger guard is bigger, because the trigger guard on that one is crap shape anyway. So much bigger magazine release latch. Just so much better. Seriously, I mean, Ruger, come on, that's garbage. With my Howers, this is what I get for my Howers. Typically, anyway. Well, for all my Howers, I've done this. This is for a Howard short action. I took this off one of the guns that I traded in. And this is a DBM Systems. A bit different though. Yeah. They're probably made by the same company. Who knows? I don't know. It's probably one manufacturer. And there's CDI, there's DBM, I think there's, what is it? PTG, I think there is, and which I've never seen before, but just recently surfing, looking for a replacement for this, I found them. So I rang up my gun store and I said, hey, I broke it. And he said, oh, how'd you do that? And I said, well, you know, I treated it like it was metal, like it was tough, like it should be, and it's a piece of plastic junk. And he went, yeah, all right. So it's going to cost me $54 to get another one. Yeah. Yeah, it was my fault, and I told him, because like I could have played the you know, I wasn't doing anything wrong and it just broke. But you know, because I only got it not long ago, so it's still under warranty. But you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm honest. Yeah, what an idiot. So yeah, that's the. You know what? I had a Tikka T3. Stainless super varmint. That thing was not cheap. That thing was expensive, and plastic bolt shroud. I mean, come on, for a few bucks more, Tikka. You know, made by Seiko. My understanding is that the new T3Xs, they've replaced that with an alloy one because they've realised that you know, any gun. I'll say this right now, any gun manufacturer who puts plastic on their guns should be, yeah, I won't say what I'd like to do to them, but it involves a brick and their testicles. So, like even Lithgow, or in the United States you'd call it Lithgow, you know, the LA101, the rimfire, that's got a plastic bolt shroud. I mean, and they're not cheap. And I know you guys actually pay more for Lithgows than we do, which is, yeah, highly unusual. So, just stop doing it. Please, gun manufacturers, stop putting plastic on guns. Plastic is great on toys, on toy guns, but not real guns. Just stop doing it. You know, I don't know whether we have to blame, what's his name, Gaston Glock, for the whole polymer, you know, revolution. Whether they saw he can make a bottom for a frame, a polymer frame for a pistol, so we'll just start using polymer to replace a whole heap of stuff, and it cost us less. Because unfortunately, so many of these companies are run by accountants, bean counters. You know, like Remington, for instance. I've seen the CNBC. Whatever his article where the guy who designed the Remington 700, the trigger, he said, I came back to him and I said, it's going to cost an extra 5 cents to fix the problem because there is a problem. And they went, and the bean counters went, 5 cents, no! And it came back to bite them. So these are the sort of scumbag bean counters that we have to deal with. But yeah, plastic, stop it, just stop it. So anyway, on a brighter note, today, just this morning, I got delivered from, supposedly, Cleaver Firearms in Brisbane. Yeah, I'll give them a plug because I do a lot. I do buy a lot of stuff off them, and their service is really good. No problems at all. There are some people that whinge about this and that about Cleaver being, I don't know. I've never had a problem with them. They're great to deal with, and yeah, it's just I've never ever had a problem with them. And they stock so much, like they stock more than any other site that's actually in Australia. Brownells Australia, that's a different story. They transfer it from Iowa to Australia, and then so you can get anything with Brownells. They're pretty much the two biggest sites that I deal with, Brownells and Cleaver, and I don't mind plugging them. Like I said, if people who I deal with that treat me well and do the right thing, I'll give them a plug. So what I got this morning was the Cold Steel Drop Forged Hunter. The blade length is 4 inches. Overall, it's 8 inches and 5/8. The steel is 52-100. My understanding is 52100 is actually ball bearing steel. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that like competition axe heads are made from that. Brian, the wood chopping champion that I work with, if you're watching this, maybe you can correct me. Now, just make sure it's on. Let's see. The weight is 7.1 ounces. The blade thickness is 5 mil. The handle is 4 5/8, and it comes with one of these Securex sheaths, which I think are really nice. I mean, I think they're really well done. You know, they've got screws and things and snaps and Velcro, and you know, it obviously costs a bit of money to make them. I think they're quite good. You know, drain hole, yeah, and it's a positive out, a positive snap in, so you're not sort of wondering is it in or is it out or whatever. The knife itself, I really like it. Like I bought the Drop Forge boot knife, and that handle is like really small. You know, I haven't got gorilla hands, but you know they are sort of largish. But this handle fits really well, and yeah. Because after I got that boot knife, I thought, because I still had this on the way, it was on back order, and I thought, ooh, look out, this is going to be too tiny again. But no, this is really nice, and I'll have to give it a bit of a workout. It's sharp without being very sharp, and I usually get them razor sharp, so I'll have to give it a lick. But like the coating is very even. There's no blemishes in the coating. I can't remember what the coating is. What does it say? It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't say any or anything. I don't know what the coating. I think it's just looks like paint. I don't know. It might be powder coating. I don't know what it is. But so what's it got on there? Yeah, just Cold Steel Taiwan 52100 high carbon. I've found that with Cold Steel knives, without exception, they're all pretty damn good. You know, old Lynn Thompson, he's got a reputation to uphold with Cold Steel, so I think he's very diligent about the quality control. And Taiwan do make some good stuff. Yeah, I really like it. I think, yeah, it's got a nice comes to a nice sharp, like the Kephart design. I don't like it because the tip is just a bit too round. You know what I mean? If you actually want to stab into something for whatever reason, you know, I'm not talking people, but you really can't with a Kephart. Whereas with this thing, yeah, you can. So yeah, we'll wait and see, because I'll actually take it out in the field and carry it, because I'm pretty keen to make use of it, because I think it's really nice. It comes with a lanyard hole, and yeah, you know, if you want to put a wrap, you know, with paracord or whatever, you can. But it's actually, while it's, you know, thin, it's actually not too thin. You know, you can really make use of it. So it feels good in the hand, you know, which I wasn't expecting that, but after getting that boot knife. But no, this is good. So if you're thinking about, and they're pretty cheap, you know, so if you think, okay, what did I pay for it? 59 Australian. So obviously, if you're in the States, you're going to be paying a whole lot less. And I highly recommend it. I reckon this feels good. It feels good, and it's a good steel. You know, it's not super steel, but it's a good steel. So on that note, rant and knife unboxing over. I'll see you later.